Imagine waking up one morning and realizing that the man who has quietly shaped your childhood, your weekends, your movie nights, and even your vacations, is already packing his bags. Asterisk, not officially. Not with a press conference. Asterisk, but in the way powerful people do. When they've decided, they're done. Asterisk, because behind the scenes at Disney, something big is happening, and almost no one is talking about what it really means. Bob Iger may be walking away from the Mouse House before the clock even runs out. Asterisk, for most people, Bob Iger is just a CEO. Asterisk, for Disney, he's the architect of an empire. Asterisk, this is the man who turned Disney into a content superpower. Pixar, Marvel Star, Wars, Fox, streaming theme parks that feel more like countries than attractions. For nearly 2 decades, every major Disney era had his fingerprints on it. Asterisk, and now, according to people close to him, Iger is tired. Not bored, not defeated, tired. Sources say he's already telling associates that he wants to step back from daily control before his contract ends on December 31st, 2026. That's not a small detail. That's a signal. When leaders start pulling back, it usually means the decision is already made emotionally. The paperwork just hasn't caught up yet. Asterisk, and here's where it gets interesting. Asterisk, this isn't just about age or burnout. Asterisk, it's about friction, pressure, and a company that's changing faster than ever. Asterisk, behind closed doors. Iger was reportedly frustrated by internal conflicts at ABC, tensions that boiled over during the nearly week-long suspension of Jimmy Kimmel after controversial on-air remarks. To the public, it looked like another media dust-up. Inside Disney, it exposed something deeper. Control is slipping. And for someone like Iger, control has always been the point. Asterisk, remember? This is the same man who already tried to leave once. Asterisk, he stepped down in 2021, handed the keys to Bob Chapek, and then watched from the sidelines as chaos quietly grew. Just 11 months later, the board pulled the emergency lever and brought Iger back. Asterisks, that move alone told you everything you needed to know about his importance. Asterisk, but coming back to fix something is very different from staying forever. Asterisk, now the board says they expect to announce Disney's next CEO in early 2026. Translation, the countdown has started. Asterisk, next week. Disney's directors are meeting at the company's Burbank headquarters. And according to reports, this isn't a casual meeting. They're expected to vote, not on whether Iger leaves, but on who replaces him. That changes everything, because succession isn't just about names. It's about the future direction of Disney itself. Asterisk, right now, 2 people are leading the race. Asterisk, Josh, D'Amaro, Dana Walden, and they represent 2 very different visions of Disney. Asterisk, D'Amaro runs Disney experiences, parks, cruises, consumer products, physical, emotional, nostalgia-driven Disney. The part of the company that prints money even when movies flop. Betting markets love him because stability always looks good on paper. Asterisk, Walden, on the other hand, is deeply tied to Disney. Entertainment, streaming, content, the global digital battlefield, where Disney is still figuring out who it wants to be, riskier, messier, but potentially transformative. Asterisk, whoever wins doesn't just become CEO. Asterisk, they decide what Disney is for the next decade. Asterisk, and while all this is happening, Bob Iger is already imagining life on the other side. Asterisk, not metaphorically, literally. Asterisk, he reportedly wants to spend more time sailing his new super yacht, the Aquarius, delivered last summer. Bigger boat, quieter mornings, No earnings calls. No internal power struggles. Asterisk, he also wants to focus on Angel City FC, the women's soccer team he owns with his wife, Willow Bay, and more time with her work at USC, shaping the next generation of media voices. Asterisk, that detail matters, because it tells you something important. Iger isn't running away. He's reprioritizing. Asterisk, after 15 years as CEO, tens of billions in value creation, and a comeback most executives never get. He doesn't need another win. He needs peace. Asterisk, and financially. He's already won. Asterisk, in 2025 alone, his compensation hit nearly $46 million. Stock awards, options, bonuses, security, private travel. That's not the paycheck of a man trying to climb higher. That's the payout of someone nearing the end of a chapter. Yet, Disney isn't ready to let go completely. Iger is up for re-election to the board in 2026. One-year term. A symbolic bridge between old power and new leadership. Close enough to guide. Far enough to breathe. Asterisk, Disney itself describes him as having unmatched knowledge, creative instinct, and global audience insight. That's corporate language for something simpler. Asterisk, they still need him, just not every day. And here's the question nobody is asking out loud. Asterisk, what happens to Disney when Bob Iger finally stops being the adult in the room? Asterisk, because leadership isn't just strategy. It's psychology. It's trust. It's knowing when to take risks and when to protect the brand at all costs. Iger built Disney on controlled ambition. Big bets, but calculated ones. Asterisk, the next CEO will inherit a company under pressure. Streaming wars, cultural debates, political scrutiny, a fan base that expects magic but notices every crack. This isn't an easy throne to sit on, which makes this moment so fascinating. We're not watching a retirement. We're watching a slow handover of power inside one of the most influential media companies on Earth. Asterisk, and those transitions never happen quietly. Asterisk, so the real story isn't that Bob Iger might leave early. Asterisk, the real story is what Disney becomes after him. Asterisk, because when the man who defined the modern mouse house steps aside. Asterisk, the magic either evolves or it fades. Now I want to know what you think. Is Disney safer with a parks mastermind like D'Amaro, or bolder with a content strategist like Walden? And do you think Bob Iger is leaving at the right moment, or one moment too early? Asterisk, drop your take in the comments, and if you want more deep dives like this into the power plays behind celebrity and sports empires, make sure you stay with me for the next one.